Known for his mastery of the fretboard and of course his unmistakable top hat, Saul Hudson, best known as Slash, has forged a nearly 40-year reputation as one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Standing out with the legendary Guns N' Roses, Slash's talent as a guitarist drove the band to become one of rock's most revered bands. In the years that followed, Slash managed to capture the attention of the mainstream and other fellow musicians, leading to numerous collaborations and the formation of several bands. And throughout his prolific career, Slash has given the music world many iconic moments that established him as a guitar god. With so many moments to choose from, it's going to be a challenge to put together a highlight reel for the guitarist. Nonetheless, keep watching as we reveal our best attempt at listing down Slash's greatest moments you can't miss. First reunion show with Guns N' Roses at the Troubadour. The announcement of Slash's return to Guns N' Roses in 2016 broke the internet, making the headlines of music news and sending goosebumps throughout the rock world. It reunited the guitarist with GNR singer Axl Rose, with whom he has had a high-profile feud with since the mid-90s when he first left the band. The Slash-Axl beef has become one of the most high-profile feuds not just in rock, but in music as a whole, and to see it finally buried was a moment many thought they wouldn't witness. That's also why Guns N' Roses named their reunion tour the Not in This Lifetime Tour, which they kicked off at the legendary Troubadour in Los Angeles on April 1st, 2016. This marked the first time Slash and Axl shared a stage in 23 years. In a recent interview, Slash revealed that this gig was one of his personal highlights and is definitely important to him as it was for fans worldwide. Collaboration with Michael Jackson on Give In To Me. Many musicians wanted to collaborate with Slash thanks to his popularity in Guns N' Roses, including none other than the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. Slash and MJ collaborated on a number of songs in the 90s, the first of these being Give In To Me from Jackson's 1991 album Dangerous. Continuing his tradition of including a rock number in his albums, Jackson chose Slash to perform the guitar on the track. As expected, Slash did an exceptional job, lending his personal touch to the song and capping it off with one of his most underrated solos. As far as collaborations go, this is one of Michael Jackson's best. No wonder MJ got Slash as his live guitarist during this period, and even sought the guitar player's services again on his next album, History, performing Voodoo Child with Zakk Wylde. Slash has said he's been influenced by many guitarists, including Eric Clapton, Eddie Van Halen, Jimmy Page, and of course, Jimi Hendrix. In 1994, he got to pay tribute to Hendrix in a fun way when he engaged in a guitar duel with fellow guitar god Zakk Wylde by playing a cover of Voodoo Child. The two virtuosos had formed a friendship over their shared love of the instrument and decided on this fateful night, wouldn't it be great to play some Hendrix out there? It turned into quite a fun jam that guitar fans would undoubtedly enjoy running back. Covering the Godfather theme. Since the late 80s, Slash has included a cover of the instrumental piece Love Theme from The Godfather during live performances. Known by many fans as the Godfather theme, the cover has acted as a short interlude between songs and has somewhat become a signature of Slash's live performances. Versions of his live covers have appeared on his live albums Made in Stoke 24/7/11 and Live in Manchester. For fans of the movie and Slash, his Godfather interludes are certainly a treat, especially live. Slither. In 2002, Slash formed the supergroup Velvet Revolver along with former members of Guns N' Roses and Stone Temple Pilots vocalist Scott Weiland. They released their debut album Contraband in 2004, featuring the single Slither, which became one of their signature songs. Slither features the hard riffing and soloing that fans consider vintage Slash, which turned into a modern hard rock classic. The song won the Grammy Award for the Best Hard Rock Performance in 2005, which was Slash's first Grammy Award after being nominated multiple times in the 90s as a member of Guns N' Roses. Although Velvet Revolver has disbanded, fans still consider Slither a live favorite during Slash's performances. It's been covered by Guns N' Roses during their Not in This Lifetime tour. Solo on Estranged while walking on water. During the Use Your Illusion era of Guns N' Roses in the early 90s, the band produced some of the most extravagant and expensive music videos of all time. One of those videos was for the 9-minute ballad Estranged off Use Your Illusion 2. Among many things, the video features a dramatic angle with Axl Rose being arrested by police, talking with a therapist, jumping in an ocean, and getting rescued by dolphins. But that isn't even the most iconic part of the video. That honor belongs to Slash, who is shown rising from the ocean and playing the guitar solo while walking on water at the video's climax. The image of Slash shredding in such a manner made for one of his finest moments, concluding this epic music video. In another memorable scene halfway through the video, Slash is shown gliding through the streets of LA while playing the song's midsection guitar solo. Paradise City. Paradise City is saved for Guns N' Roses' encore during live performances for a good reason. It's a hell of a track that's bolstered by Slash's playing, from its clean intro to a heavy riff-driven verse, and finally to its punk-influenced outro and final solo. Many fans and critics consider that guitar solo to be one of Slash's most memorable, but of course, Paradise City is more than just that solo. It's one of the band's best songs, with Rolling Stone ranking it at number 459 on the 2010 edition of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Kerrang ranked it number 2 on its list of the 20 greatest Guns N' Roses songs. For anyone looking for an introduction to Slash, Paradise City is a great first listen. Welcome to the Jungle. For many listeners in 1987, Welcome to the Jungle was the first time they heard of Guns N' Roses and the first time they got a glimpse of the guitar genius of Slash. The song opened the band's seminal debut album Appetite for Destruction in explosive fashion, with Slash's delayed guitar licks in the intro eventually giving way to one of rock's most definitive anthems. The track is now considered one of the band's signature songs. To this day, the song is often used in different media, including films, video games, and sporting events. Welcome to the Jungle is undoubtedly a classic from GNR and one of the finest pieces of guitar work ever assembled by the man in the big black top hat. Slash in the November Rain music video. The 1992 GNR single November Rain had an epic music video that accompanied the equally epic 9-minute ballad. Like Estranged, the video for November Rain is one of the most expensive ever produced. Based on the short story Without You by Del James, the video features a tragic narrative told through visually captivating cinematography. Not only that, but the video gives Slash not one, but 2 iconic moments. The first is midway through the song when he plays the first guitar solo in the middle of a desert, as swooping helicopter shots capture the guitarist in his element. The second features Slash climbing atop Axl's piano during the song's closing moments to deliver the final solo. It's a fitting conclusion to the ballad and gives Slash one of his most memorable images. Sweet Child of Mine. Once that opening lick starts, everyone knows the song and who's playing it. Sweet Child of Mine is the song that helped Guns N' Roses break into the mainstream, and it all started when Slash toyed around with a fretboard warm-up that became the song's iconic intro. With a warm melody and a killer guitar solo, Slash elevated Sweet Child of Mine to legendary status. The song is now considered a landmark rock song and one of the most definitive tunes of the 80s. If there's one song associated with Slash that people know of, whether they're a fan of GNR or not, it's this one. Age doesn't seem to affect Slash at all. Today he's keeping himself busy with Guns N' Roses and isn't showing any signs of stopping. So while this list may be his greatest moment so far, for all we know, his finest hour has yet to come.